as of yesterday, hoping to argue in favor of starting winter sports right away. That's following the rally in Lansing on Saturday. Erie Ida boys swimming, they beat Tecumseh. The final score there, 148-22.
Ouch.
Yeah, 148-22. Adrian College women's hockey, they got just what they needed. Last weekend, a couple easy wins over Aurora to begin league play this Saturday at home with Trine. WLEN Sports Director Steve Barkway, he talked with AC women's hockey coach Sean Skelly.
It's a great bounce back weekend for us after being at home playing against our HHA program, and obviously the first games for Aurora, and I thought we came in there and played with a lot of pace and had kind of a relentless mindset where we were all over the puck, free attacking on the offensive zone, and we're able to put a ton of shots on goal and get some pucks in the net. Something that we needed to get back to after the weekend before. Just a little more on the second efforts and getting traffic to the net where I don't think we did enough of that the weekend before, and we saw some success the last two games.
In the game time on Saturday at the Arrington will be 7 o'clock as they take on the Thunder. Meanwhile, the NCHA released its Player of the Week the first time for 2020-2021. Jessica Von Ruden was the Adrian College women's hockey team. She was named Player of the Week for offense. Von Ruden made one start over the weekend, collected 4 points on Friday's game. Another point Saturday. Von Ruden scored a goal in each game, one of them coming short-handed. She recorded 3 assists as well, and she was a +5. Von Ruden put 14 total shots on goal during those 2 games. She was a 2019-20 member of the NCHA All-Conference team. On the year, Von Ruden has 5 goals, 5 assists, and if you're a math whiz, that would be 10 points on the young season. Oh, the Spartans. They went to Iowa, not the best team to try to bounce back against. They have dropped 4 in a row. Luka Garza, perhaps you've heard of him. He scored 27 points. Number 8, Iowa beat Michigan State closer than some probably thought, 84-78. Garza came into the game as the nation's leading scorer, 26.4 points per game. Became the second 2,000-point scorer in Iowa history. He's got 2,009 points. He is only 107 behind all-time leader Roy Marble. The Hawkeyes led 79-70. And then the Spartans went on a 9-8-1 run. MSU had a chance to tie the game after forcing a shot clock violation, but Joshua Langford missed a jumper with 24 seconds left. Iowa's Jordan Bohannon closed the game with 4 consecutive free throws. And the Pistons lose as well. Donovan Mitchell put up 32 for Utah, and the Pistons lost 117-105. Mason Plumlee, 17 points, 14 boards. For the Pistons, they're 5-16. They've lost their second straight.
He's been playing pretty well lately, though, Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, not too bad. And him and Jeremy Grant, is it?
Yes.
Yep, they're
both playing pretty well for Detroit.
Doing their thing. The Siena Heights Saints, they continue WAC. That's Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. You just like saying WAC, though. They have a 3-game homestand starting with Lourdes tonight on the Cave. University of Northern Ohio will visit Friday, followed by Lawrence Tech Sunday. SHU women, they've never lost to Lourdes, going 18-0, winning in double digits 16 of those times. Tip-off is at 5:30,
yes,
according to this.
Is that you on the call?
No, that's Pat.
Pat
tonight
will be on the call. And the men follow?
The men follow.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Last I saw it was 5 o'clock, but they might have moved it to 5:30.
We'll double check.
We'll have to double check ever-changing schedules, so we'll check the website here in just a minute. Siena Heights football, they've been chosen to finish 4th in the Mid-States Football Association Mid-East preseason poll. The Saints finished last season in the 4th spot with a 3-3 mark in the league. NAIA runner-up Marion, Indiana, topped the poll with 36 points. St. Francis, Indiana received one first-place vote, total of 29 points for the second spot. Concordia, Michigan finished 5 points ahead of the Saints to claim the third spot, and the Saints are 5 ahead of Indiana Wesleyan. Siena Heights kicks off their 2020-21 campaign Saturday, February 27th, a home game against rival Concordia. The game is slated for noon.
Break out the hot chocolate.
Yep, we'll see how that goes. Blow torches on the field, to clear the ice and snow off. Some good news for video game football fans. My gosh. EA Sports, they announced that will bring back an NCAA football video game after an 8-year hiatus. ESPN's Michael Rothstein says there are a number of changes to the game.
What's unclear right now, and at least 4 now will not be in the game, are players on the teams because the name, image, and likeness rules that are currently being discussed both in Congress and in states and within the NCAA. The name is going to change too. Gone is NCAA football, in is EA Sports college football. There's still a lot of things that need to be worked out, and they're just in the very beginning stages of development and design for the game. So a lot of things can change. But one thing is very clear. EA Sports is bringing back its college football game, and at some point, it will be on your shelves and be able to play. It's not going to come out this year. Today's announcement was more that they are committed to bringing it back, and they're starting to work on development, working with CLC to get licenses for team names, mascots, stadiums, and everything you like about your college football experience.
So there you have it.
Wonder who'll be on the cover. Do you know who was on the last cover?
Yeah,
Who was it, Ian?
he wore maize and blue.
He did.
Yeah,
Denard Robinson.
I think I have that game.
You
I
probably
hope I
do.
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
a-
probably do.
There's a good chance I do. Who's going to be on this next one? Well,
Ian.
they can use a player.
Yeah.
It would be Devonta Smith, Heisman winner.
Oh, I like
Right?
that.
Wouldn't
Not
you just,
Trevor Lawrence?
go with that?
Has it always been a quarterback? Or has it always been the Heisman? Well, no, Denard Robinson didn't win the Heisman, so it hasn't always been a Heisman winner.
Right. Was Mark Ingram on it too?
I don't know. I'm not a video gamer. Unless it's a big thing where you stand in front of it and throw quarters in it, then I'm a video gamer.
Okay. So in 2013, the NCAA ended their relationship with EA Sports amid legal concerns. That college football player's name, image, and likeness were being used in the NCAA football series. So they're not even using NCAA, trying to do what they can.
Huh.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have going on? That's going to be it. Gonna cut
Okay.
off the sports update. That's plenty. We'll do it again at 8 o'clock in case you missed any of that. But we heard from Coach Skelly in that update. We'll hear from him live on the air at around 8:42, 8:41, 8:45-ish.
Just be here at 8:40.
Yeah, just tune in. Just stay tuned in.
Yeah,
First
there
off,
you go.
and then,
Don't leave.
Yeah, don't leave. No, don't go. It's
We've
okay.
got other
Come back.
good stuff planned.
Yeah, plenty of things. And we're going to start the show, if I remember your text correctly, John, with my Wednesday leftovers. Is
Yes.
that what we're going with?
Yes.
So,
You need some theme music for that.
I do.
Like, or just sounds of you eating.
Ugh.
Ian chewing.
Yeah, here's the leftovers. All right, I'll do some of this. It's not funny, but it's just music to talk under.
There you go.
I have not had a chance to talk about the Matthew Stafford trade.
I thought you might bring that up today.
And I was torn in kind of getting ready for this and narrowing down what I want to talk about, because there were two significant events this weekend. And one being the Lions, two being the Let Them Play rally in Lansing. Strong thoughts on that. We've talked about it before, though, kind of, and how I feel about it, and what should happen moving forward, which should be moving forward, based on the preponderance of evidence for high school sports. But all that aside, I'm not dismissing that. I'm acknowledging that.
You still think they should let them play?
Correct. Correct. Matthew Stafford to the Rams. For Los Angeles, I'm not surprised they did it. They've done it before. They gave up a first-round pick for a corner. Now, I don't mind the strategy because they're a known commodity. You don't know for sure if the draft pick will work out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where you're going to pick. You know, they're picking in the late teens, 20s. Who knows if they're going to be a starter or stick around for a while. I think it's good for them. I think they are now the team to beat in the division. I'm not going to go crazy like some national people and say, oh, the Rams are the favorite to win the Super Bowl now. Matt Stafford's there. That was their problem, was their quarterback. And now Stafford's there.
It's the same quarterback that got him to a Super Bowl that they just traded away.
Right. The dude's played in one.
Yeah.
He's what, 26?
Yeah.
Newsflash, I'm 26.
You have not played in the Super Bowl, though.
That's another newsflash. I've not played in the Super Bowl. But anyway, I think it's good for the Rams. I think Stafford's a better thrower of the football than Goff. He's made some better decisions. You could argue in recent years. They've become the team to beat. I'm not sold on Seattle. They have so many problems. Will they win the West, the Rams? I mean, the NFC? I don't know. I can't say they're a Super Bowl favorite now, even out of the NFC.
No, because the Packers will still be good.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers will be good if Brady stays.
Yeah. I don't think the Saints are going anywhere.
No, I don't think they'll be terrible. They may not be as good, but San Francisco will be better in the West because they'll all be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And another sidebar with this, I don't buy. Oh, the West is now the best division in football. Look, you have Stafford, you have Wilson, you have Murray, and you have Garoppolo. What has Jimmy G done? Not much of anything.
Well, they went to a Super Bowl last year. But I don't know if that was so much him as
Right. I'm talking
they had a really,
quarterbacks.
really
I'm not
good
talking
defense.
the team.
Right. But he was a quarterback on a Super Bowl team. He did a little
Trent
something.
Dilfer was too, wasn't he?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So he may end up being Trent Dilfer,
Right.
which still got a Super Bowl ring. Well, Trent Dilfer won one, though. Jimmy G has yet to win.
Yeah, he played in one.
Yes.
But
I get your point.
Yeah, my thing is those four quarterbacks, two of them are really good.
Yeah.
Wilson and now Stafford.
Yes. The other
Not
two.
sold on Murray, not sold on Garoppolo.
Yeah.
So I argue the AFC North has better quarterbacks than the NFC West. Baker, Ben, Jackson, and Burrow. I think that's a better combo, but that's just me. You could also say the NFC South has better quarterbacks.
Well, we don't know who the Saints quarterback is yet.
For the Lions, I can't believe they pulled it off.
I know.
Oh my God!
It is kind of. It's like a big league move.
Right. It's like the team and the franchise is like a real thing that does real franchise things and realizes instead of going down the road of, Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson and just ruin that relationship for a while. Now Barry, it's mended a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Guy wants out. Stafford's smart enough to say, this isn't going to work right now. I'm in the prime of my life right now. I'm not going to get any healthier. This team's going to take 3 or 4 years to build. I got to go. Okay, good. Also good, Lions, understanding, Matt, we screwed up. It's been 12 years. We didn't do anything for you. We got to the playoffs a couple times. We just never got it right. We never had the coach right. We never gave you a running game. GMs made some questionable decisions. You deserve it. We'll trade you to a winner. There you go. You want to go out west? The missus wants you to go out west. We'll make it happen. You don't want to go to New England, which I thought would be
That's
one of
pretty
those
funny,
spots.
actually.
Yeah, anywhere but New England. Okay.
Hey, and the other thing about being in Los Angeles is
Please don't. Don't do this.
I'm gonna.
Don't do this,
I
John.
have to, because we're not
No.
gonna. Yes, he's reunited with Clayton Kershaw.
Oh,
and
my
did you know they
God.
played high school and youth sports together, Ian?
Yeah, and here's the graphic, the photo on every single. Like, he's going to get.
But we're not
punched.
going to have to listen to that on Lions games anymore, unless they play in the Rams.
Yeah, well, you know where we are going to hear and see it?
Oh.
All the primetime games.
Oh, there you go, because the Rams will be.
Because
on
they're in
prime
LA
time.
and
Oh,
they got
yeah,
that stadium. And
Yeah, you're right. And they'll be one of the favorites to win the NFC.
yeah. I did know that they played
I know
together.
you did.
High
I know.
school.
We all know. Anybody that has followed
If you're
Lions
learning that for
football,
the first time on this show
Whew.
right now,
welcome to 2021.
yeah, crawl out of the boulder you live under.
Leave the
Get with it.
cave.
That's right. That's right. Get in this cave.
Get in this cave.
Speaking of which, you can. We're live on YouTube today. Link is on Facebook and Twitter. If you want to get inside the cave.
Gave a little head nod to the camera.
Yeah, there you go. I am optimistic now. I am impressed with the Detroit Lions. Like, they're acting like they are one of the 32 teams.
Here's what I
Yeah.
like about the trade. And I haven't talked about this on the air yet, but I have thought about it in the last couple days. This is like the first step of a potential trifecta for the Lions. They made a franchise-altering trade. Now if they can make a great free agent signing or two, and then kill the draft, that would just be 1, 2, 3. Lions fans would be over the moon in optimism for their team for next year.
I'm optimistic right now.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, can you imagine
Just with this.
Lions fans if they do those three things? Draft really well, sign a good free agent or two, not even a great free agent or two, but just good ones that, hey, that guy, those two guys, they'll help the team.
Sign a corner that doesn't get hurt. You
Yeah.
know, sign an edge rusher
Yeah.
or D
Or-
tackle or grab a linebacker.
a wide receiver, because right now
I'd say
all of them are
draft
gone.
receiver.
You know,
Ian
any of
whispers
those.
into the mic.
What's
Please
that?
draft Devonta Smith, please.
Oh, Ian's early choice for
Oh,
the Lions'
man.
first round pick.
Have you watched him?
Yeah,
Okay.
once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
National
wouldn't be
championship
terrible.
game?
I mean, that wouldn't be a terrible pick.
If he's the best on your board and he's at 7, you take him.
He might be gone before that, though.
And here's the other thing. They might not be done. This might be a Pistons situation where, Jared, you're not our quarterback. You know, we're actually going to send you to Chicago. And we're going to get a couple picks from the Bears. Or, hey, you want to go to New Orleans? They have a good defense. Drew Brees might be retiring. They might not be done.
They might not be,
If
although
they
all
are-
indications seem to be that they're kind of thrilled that this guy might be their quarterback for the next few years.
And,
I mean,
you know,
he
they
is
got
26.
Right, they got the GM connection too.
Yeah.
Didn't Holmes get involved on the drafting of him, being the college scouting guy for LA?
I would imagine he played a small role in it, at
Yep.
least. Maybe
Oh.
a big role.
I mean, you get a starting quarterback
Yeah.
who's won playoff games.
Yeah.
He went up to Seattle this year and beat Russell Wilson.
On the road.
His team did.
Yeah,
to give
his
them
team
credit.
did. I mean, he
He-
played a small part in it.
Yeah, he
you know.
quarterbacked the team.
Yeah, yeah.
He
With
got
a
the
broken
win.
thumb.
Yeah,
So,
this dude's been to a
yes.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He ran one of the more complicated offenses, allegedly, I don't know, in the NFL with
Yeah.
McVay.
Hey,
And
I'm
he's
not.
dealt with the LA pressure.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
no
like
pressure
you.
in Detroit, dude. Sling
Yeah,
it.
way less pressure.
Well, you're in a dome. You get to play in a dome 4 times, well, all your home games, so 8
Sure.
plus the ones in
Sure.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Dude, sling it. Now, so you get him. You get a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
You get a 3rd rounder this year. You can turn that into something else or just pick there.
Yeah.
You need picks.
They need picks.
And then you get 2 first rounders. If we sat on the air last week and we're like,
The Lions are going to have 5 first-round picks in the next 3 years.
right, or I think they can get 2 first-round picks for Matt Stafford. We would have got booed off the air. Like, what do you, Stafford, 2 first-round picks? This guy's like 32 years old. He's got injury problems. You know, people know he wants out, so what are we going to get for him?
Yeah.
Big props to the Lions.
Yeah.
They need to keep it going.
Keep it going now.
We see the light.
Win the off-season.
Right.
And then win some games in the season.
Or just suck. And then get higher picks.
Well, that'd be okay,
Like,
too.
it's clearly a rebuild, John, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
sitting here saying they're ready to go this year.
Oh, no. No.
That defense needs work.
A lot.
Can you fix it in the NFL faster than in college? Yeah, you can. You got free agents, you got the draft, you got all this stuff. But, man, that's my leftover for the day is
Okay.
huge props to the Lions for getting it done. And I feel so good for Matt.
Yeah. Win.
Will I be a Rams fan? No.
Well, you never know.
You know, I want him to succeed. I want JV to succeed when the Tigers traded him.
Sure.
That they left a sad, pathetic situation, and we understand how good they are, but we just never put a team around them. Good for Matt. Good for the Rams. Good for the Lions. Could be good for Goff.
Yeah.
Change the scenery. New coaches. Different
Yeah.
system. We'll be right back. Keep it right here, Inside the Cave, 96.5 FM and at 965thecave.com.
We've got you covered. 96.5, The Cave.
$7:29 on a Wednesday morning inside the cave. I'm Ian Wentz, John Roberts with you as well. We're hanging out till 9 o'clock talking all things sports. If you want to chime in on the conversation, let us know. You can message us on Facebook, tweet at us, send us an email to sports@965thecave.com. And if you're old fashioned, give us a call, 517-265-4000. That's 265-4000.
And we hope at least one person will give us a call after the 8 o'clock update, Ian, because that's when we're going to do the Maple City Auto Wash trivia question.
Win yourself a car wash.
There you go.
Courtesy of Maple City Auto Wash, the best free vacuums in town. I can attest to that. Those are clutch. If you spill popcorn, if you're, a clumsy driver, it comes in handy. It gets everywhere you need to be. But for this segment, we're talking about the game, the big game.
Yes.
We can say it. We're going to carry it.
We are.
The Super Bowl.
A whole day's worth of Super Bowl coverage right here on the Cave.
Oh, man.
Starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the game itself at 6. Right here on 965 The Cave.
Yep.
96.5 The Cave. I don't believe, can we stream that?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't have NFL streaming rights, so, or something like that. Something radio.
Something you
technical,
can't stream it,
yeah.
but you can have it on the air. Same with
Right.
the Lions when we do that.
Yep.
But man,
Yeah.
right here for your Super Bowl coverage and a bonus Super Bowl coverage. We're going to talk about that later in the show.
Yes, we
are
are.
grinning
Big
ear to ear.
announcement.
Give a wink to the camera over
Yes,
there.
we are so excited.
We're going to
A
unveil
little bigger
that.
cave. Cave's getting a little bigger.
That's
Little
right.
bigger.
We're getting our mining tools and
That's right. Digging
exploring
a little
bit.
deeper each week.
Big announcement in the 8 o'clock hour.
Yes.
Stay tuned. We can't wait. We've been waiting for quite some time, and it's finally happening. It's happening. It's happening.
We're like kids on Christmas morning.
Yeah. Johnny, and don't say it till the 8 o'clock hour.
I'm good.
Keep
It's
them
so
waiting.
hard
I know.
not to give it away. All right. Super Bowl.
What you got? What are we talking about?
Well, it's really interesting. I think it's one of the most interesting matchups in so many ways that we've had in a while. You have the quarterbacks. I just think that's a step if Mahomes wins. I mean, a lot of people are saying if he wins, that puts him in the GOAT conversation because he will have beaten the GOAT. And Brady in his 10th Super Bowl, he's won 6. All of a sudden he's 6-4 in Super Bowls if he loses, which to me is a little different than 7-3 if he wins, mathematically of course. But
Right.
you win 7 out of 10, that kind of cements you as the GOAT, I think. Even I hate.
Oh, I
GOAT
think he
arguments,
is right
but
now.
I think he is right now, but now
And
it's
if he's 6-4, to me that doesn't change it.
okay. But
He's been to 10.
he's been to 10, which is
No
probably
one's
will
been-
never happen again.
No. What's the next closest? Like 4? Talking quarterbacks? 5?
Yeah, maybe 5. Someone got played in 4 with one team and then maybe caught on with another team. We'll have to look that up. But anyways, I just think and Kansas City's the favorite right now. The line is 3.5, and so people that are first-time bettors, legal online bettors for the Super Bowl, that's interesting. The Chiefs are favored, and they won't have either of their starting offensive tackles in the game. I just find that fascinating because Tampa Bay, they got pretty good edge rushers. Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett. Those two are going to be a handful for backup offensive tackles, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
As I sort of evolve into a a sports talk type person, you know, you can look at the numbers and analyze it, and that's
Yeah.
pretty easy. But to have opinions on things, I'm starting to form them. And the quarterbacks versus quarterback matchup, I'm not a big fan of it.
No?
Because you're not playing against the quarterback.
Yeah, true.
There's 10 other guys on your offense and 11 against you on defense.
Yeah,
So it's not Brady throwing a ball with Patrick Mahomes.
true.
It's not.
This is true.
And are they both great? Yeah. Come on. I mean, you want to write a storybook ending to a hectic, crazy season where anything can happen, right?
Yes.
Probably the most consistent thing that has happened is Brady in a Super Bowl
And the
and
Chiefs
the
winning.
Chiefs winning. How weird is that? Like, we didn't get a fluky, like,
No.
the Ravens made a run,
Or
or
the Packers.
the Browns made a run.
You could argue the most fluky thing of all is that the Buccaneers went to Green Bay and beat Green Bay in the
Exactly.
championship game.
Yeah, we do have a call coming in.
Awesome.
So someone wants to talk Super Bowl with us.
Yes.
Good morning. You're on Inside the Cave. What's going on?
Hey, Neil, what's up going on? How you guys doing today?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
I'm not bad. Just driving to work. I got a quick question for you, and I know Mr. Roberts probably knows this, but I really don't know it because I haven't really been following it. But do the Chiefs have like all their quarterbacks back? Because I know they had issues going, in the playoffs with them being questionable, and I think one game they were out. Because I mean, I think that could probably turn. I'm still up in the air who I'm rooting for because I know Chiefs has a lot of injuries, and Tom Brady will take advantage of those injuries. So I didn't know if you guys knew if everyone's back for the Chiefs in the secondary.
I believe so. I believe the only starters that are injured right now for Kansas City that are out for the game are the two offensive tackles.
Okay. All right then.
So does
I
that?
appreciate it. What's that?
So that sways kind of who you're rooting for?
I don't know, man, because I kind of like. I like Tom Brady. I mean, he's a Michigan guy, and I would love to see him win the Super Bowl, but man, that Patrick Mahomes. I mean, what he's done, in the playoffs, and what that team has done. I mean, when he went down against Cleveland, I thought, man, that was a gift wrap for us. And then, and obviously, what happened there, and of course, what happened with the Bills. So I don't know. It's kind of tough, man. I guess this will be a game time decision for me as to who I'm rooting for. So.
All right. Well, sounds good. Can I get your first name, caller, and where you're calling from besides your car on the way to work?
It's Ralph Padilla.
Oh, hey, Ralph.
How you doing, Ralph?
Yeah, John knew.
I knew.
Good.
I recognize
Yeah.
that voice.
John picked it up. I didn't. Well, we appreciate the call.
All right, you guys have a good morning, okay?
All right.
Right.
Thanks for listening,
Yeah,
Ralph.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Bye. That's the wealth of knowledge of John Roberts over there.
Well, I've heard that voice for a lot of years.
Yeah. Yeah, injuries are always a factor.
They are, and that's why I think the two offensive tackles is really critical, and maybe the reason why the Chiefs are only favored by 3.5 points. They might be favored by more if those two guys were healthy, because I think overall they are the better team. But with those two guys out, that's a difference maker to me. I ran a couple Twitter polls on the Cave,
Okay.
and I got to dig those up here. But people that responded to the polls were not sold on the Chiefs overwhelmingly winning the game. Who wins the Super Bowl? 58% of the responders said the Chiefs, so 58-42, fairly close, fairly close. The second poll I ran was covering the spread, which is 3.5, depending on where you look. 67% don't think the Chiefs will cover the spread, so they're anticipating a close game, but the Chiefs winning. So maybe a 2-point game, somewhere between 1 and 3.
It's
Which will be
almost a push
good.
at
That'll
that
be
point.
great to watch, I think, unless it's like a 9-6 game or something like that. Nobody wants to watch that. Nobody. Not even fans of defense want to watch 9-6 games
No.
in the Super Bowl.
Right. Here's
So-
here's an interesting fact here. I was looking up to see if quarterbacks that have played in the game
Mm-hmm.
and sort of their standing with it, and looking up losing quarterbacks. Who's if someone's lost 4?
Oh, Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he the only one?
He's the only one who's
Because
dropped.
the Vikings, I know, have never won a Super Bowl, but they had different quarterbacks.
Fran Tarkenton lost 3 times.
Yeah. I think it was Joe Cap. That's going way back. Was the other one that lost for the Vikings like Super Bowl 4, which is the first Super Bowl I remember as a kid.
Yep. Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not
That-
surprised you're right, but that's going back. But yeah, Elway's lost 3 out in
Oh,
Denver,
Yeah.
and Jim Kelly's lost 4. So
Yeah.
Brady will be in the history books either way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously no one's won 7.
No.
No one's won 6.
True.
I got to believe the next closest would be 4. Terry
With
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There might-
Montana's got 4.
Montana has 4 also.
Yeah.
Oh, did he win all 4 for the 49ers? Did he win 4 for the 49ers? Because Steve Young won 1. So the 49ers have 5 Super Bowl championships. Okay.
Mhm.
Little history here. Yeah, that's the first Super Bowl I remember as a little kid. Was the Chiefs and the Vikings. That's old. Yeah,
That is old.
That was a long time
I wish they were dropped.
1970.
I wish they were dropped to show everyone how old that was. It's not.
As old as the hills,
Yeah.
so to speak.
But yeah,
So-
I want to go back to the matchup of offensive defensive line. You can talk about quarterbacks all you want,
Right.
but
That's where the
Brady's
game's
looked
won.
his worst when he gets pressured.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a scheme against him or there's just a great player on the other side that can make it happen, or the coach schemes it. And when you beat a really talented offensive team like the Chiefs, is get pressure. If you can get the most pressure with the least amount of rushers, you will win the game.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl with the 49ers and the Chiefs, Bosa was in the backfield like 15 times.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to come back miraculously and win that game.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. It really does. And who can get the most pressure? Off the top of my head, you talked about the 2 tackles being out. I'd say the Buccaneers have a
It
real
would
good
seem.
shot at getting the most pressure.
Yeah, it would seem.
Now there is a rookie out there protecting Tom Brady,
This is true.
and Kansas City will attack that.
Sure. Yeah, Steve Spagnuolo is the defensive coordinator of the Chiefs. He's won a couple Super Bowls
Yeah, he's been around.
against Tom Brady with the Giants. Ooh.
Well, there's a drop
Dun,
for
dun,
that.
dun,
Yeah,
dun.
that's a.
He was the 2 Super Bowls that Eli won with the Giants. He was the defensive coordinator for the Giants.
Huh.
So he knows how to game plan Tom Brady a little bit.
Yeah, he's been there before. That's an
In a Super
interesting
Bowl.
fact. Something to chew on as you drive into work today. We need to take a break. We'll rock out to the commercial break. On the other side, we'll take a quick look at our NHL top 10 teams. Red Wings fans, you don't have to listen. They're not in it.
Plus, we got a little Spartans update thing.
Spartan Sports Update
Yeah.
thing. There we go. Coming up, so keep it
MSU
tuned in.
Sports Minute or whatever. I forget what it's called.
Sports Brief.
Sports Brief. There you go.
That's it. We're inside the cave. You're inside the cave. 7:43 on a Wednesday morning. Ian Went and John Roberts will be right back.
Experience the difference. Three-dimensional physical therapy takes their individualized treatments to advance
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports.
Bum bum. Inside the Cave. Ian Wentz, John Roberts with you till 9 o'clock. Big announcement coming up after the update at 8 o'clock today.
And the trivia question.
And our trivia question. Get a chance to win a car wash.
Maple City Auto Wash.
That's right. Easy. Call in with the right answer. 265-4000. That's 265-4000. That's coming up later. But first, we got to sort of fly through these here. It's our NHL update for our top 10 teams in the league. We'll start with number 10. I'll go first. I have the St. Louis Blues. I think they're kind of a surprise for a lot of people. They're 7-2 and 1. They are tied for the lead in the West. Team that I was high on in the playoffs, and they're right there.
I have the Minnesota Wild. Also, I think a bit of a surprising team. 6-5 right now. Having a pretty good year. There's a lot of 500-ish teams in the NHL right now. It's
That's
early.
right. And I'll give it away. Most of mine are the not 3-4 loss teams. I got Carolina at 9. What are they? Well, we don't really know for sure. They were a streaky team last year, and I'm nervous to bet on them. They're 6-1, good start. Chance to slip though if they hit a bump.
I have Carolina too, and I think their one loss is to the Red Wings.
Ha! Take that.
Aha. So I have them at 9 also.
Right. Number 8 from the Eastern Division, I have the Philadelphia Flyers. 7-2, 1. Tied for points lead in that division. I think it's anywhere up. They could just fly up my rankings. The 2 losses are 2 losses. You can't look past it because there are teams with 1 loss. I got Philly at 8.
At 8, I have the Winnipeg Jets.
Jets.
They're kind of a surprise. I didn't have them in my initial top 10, but they're playing a lot better than I think a lot of people thought they did, at least early on. 6-3, not bad.
Fun fact, when I play Chell, as they call it, with my friends, I would always pick the Jets.
Really?
Yeah, just had an appeal. We are at 7. I got the Boston Bruins. Come on. They're looking pretty good.
Yes.
Lost some key pieces on the defensive side, but they're 6-1-2, 14 points, good enough for me.
I also have the Bruins at 7, Ian, for a lot of the same reasons. I like them. They're
All
playing
right.
well.
I'm going to go out west for number 6, Colorado Avalanche, 7-3-1. I know you're a big Colorado advocate, so they're probably up higher, but they got 3 losses early on.
Actually, no, they've slipped a little bit for me, and they've slipped all the way to number 6. They were my preseason number 1.
All right, couple similarities here. Number 5, Florida. Can't sleep on the Panthers. They haven't lost a game in regulation. They're 5-0-1, 11 points. But you haven't lost a game. I'll give you some credit for that.
Yeah, I do not have them in my top 10.
Get no respect. All right, who's
No
your number
respect
5?
for me. My number 5, the Washington Capitals.
I like it. I like it.
I mean,
I like
they're
it a little
6-1.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Montreal from the North Division.
Okay.
7-1-2. Surprise so far. Can they keep it going? We'll see.
That
But
was
right
your
now
number
they're good.
4?
That's 4, yeah.
That's 4. I have the Philadelphia Flyers at 4. Strong playoff team last year, and they've started off 7-2-1 and looking tough again this year.
I have the Washington hockey team at number 3. Just kidding, the Capitals. They're 6-1-3. Pretty darn good.
Yeah,
Pretty darn good.
my number 3, St. Louis Blues, best in the West. 7-2-1. I got them a lot higher than you did. You had them at 10.
That's right. I got a team at 2 that I was really high on last year, and they continue to stick in that spot. They haven't played a ton of games. They got a late start. Dallas Stars, 5-1-1. they got some room to improve, but a really good year last year, and they've really picked it up where they left off. I know they beat the Wings,
Ooh, bad.
but
Yeah. They might do that again this season
yeah,
because I think they're going to play them a lot.
yeah.
So. My number 2, Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm always a big Maple Leaf guy. 7-2-1, off to a great start. The key thing with them is, are they going to do anything in the postseason this year?
Number 1. Can we say it in unison? 1, 2, 3. The Tampa Bay Lightning.
I don't have the Tampa Bay Lightning there.
Oh, what? You don't have the champs in there?
I got the team with the best record in hockey, the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, wow.
Hockey's
Dun,
better when the
dun.
Canadians are good.
Oh,
Hockey,
yeah,
the
'cause a lot of
NHL's
them are
always better when the
Canadians.
Canadians are good, and they're pretty good this year.
All right.
7-1-2.
There you have it. Top 10 NHL update for the power rankings. Wings, you got some work to do to crack our list.
Someday, Wings. Someday. Yeah.
Sports update coming up at 8 o'clock. Don't forget about the trivia question. And we have some exciting news to let you know about, so stick around inside the cave. And let's get things going with our second hour of Inside the Cave. Ian Wentz, John Roberts with you today till 9, talking sports. We got hockey interviews coming up later in the hour. A big announcement coming up in about 10 or 15 minutes or so.
Big.
Trivia question, chance to win you will win a car wash.
If you call in with the
and
right
get it
answer, yeah.
Not a chance, you will. A chance to get that year-long unlimited wash. So be sure to tune in for that from our friends at Maple City Auto Wash. But first, here's John Roberts with our sports update.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
Thank you, Ian. Let Them Play Michigan has filed its lawsuit against the state of Michigan as of yesterday, hoping for a hearing to argue in favor of starting winter sports right away. We will continue to monitor the developments in that story. High school swimming from Wednesday evening. Tecumseh went against the Erie Mason Ida boys co-op team. Did not fare very well. Tecumseh lost to EI 148-22. So a rough night in the pool for the Tecumseh Indians. Adrian College women's hockey got just what it needed last weekend. 2 easy wins over Aurora to begin league play this Saturday at home with Trine. Our Steve Barkway talked with AC women's hockey coach Sean Skelly.
He did.
It's a great bounce back weekend for us.
Had to minimize
after being
2
at home playing
screens.
against our HHA program, and obviously the first games for Aurora, and I thought we came in there and played with a lot of pace and had kind of a relentless mindset where
The game
we
is at
were all over
5:30.
the puck, re-attacking on the offensive zone, and we're able to put a ton of shots on goal and get some pucks in the net. Something that we needed to get back to after the weekend before. Just a little more on the second efforts and getting traffic to the net where, I don't think we did enough of that the weekend before, and we saw some success the last 2 games.
And we'll have more with Coach Skelly later in the 8 o'clock hour. That game time this Saturday at Arrington Ice Arena, 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the NCHA released its first Player of the Week awards for the 2021 season. Jessica Von Ruden of the Adrian College women's hockey team was named Offensive Player of the Week. Von Ruden made 1 start over the weekend and collected 4 points in Friday's game and another point in Saturday's game. Von Ruden scored a goal in each game, with one of them coming shorthanded. She also recorded 3 assists over the weekend and finished with a plus-minus of +5. Von Ruden put 14 total shots on goal during the 2 games. She was a 1920 member of the NCHA All-Conference team on the season. Von Ruden has 5 goals and 5 assists. And if you're good at math, that means she has 10 points. Spartans have now dropped 4 straight in men's basketball. Luca Garza scored 27 points to reach another milestone, and number 8 Iowa beat Michigan State 84-78. Garza, who came into the game as the nation's leading scorer at 26.4 points per game, became the second 2,000-point scorer in Iowa program history. Garza, who has 2,009 points, is 107 points behind all-time leading scorer Roy Marble. The Hawkeyes led 79-70 before the Spartans went on an 8-1 run. Michigan State had a chance to tie the game after forcing a shot clock violation, but Joshua Langford missed a jumper with 24 seconds left. Iowa's Jordan Bohannon closed the game with 4 consecutive free throws. Donovan Mitchell scored 32 points to lead the Utah Jazz to a 117-105 victory over the Pistons. Mason Plumlee totaled 17 points and 14 rebounds for the Pistons. The 5-16 Detroit Pistons lost their second straight game. The Siena Heights Saints continue WAC, or Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference play, with a 3-game homestand starting with Lords tonight, and you can hear that game right here on 96.5 The Cave. The University of Northern Ohio will visit on Friday, followed by Lawrence Tech on Sunday. The Siena Heights University women have never lost to tonight's opponent, Lords. The Lady Saints are 18-0 against them. winning in double digits 16 of those times. Tip-off is at
5:30.
5:30 for the women, followed
Yes.
by the men at 8 o'clock.
Now the promo says 5, so if you just tune in at 5, you'll pick up Pat Hayes
Doing the pregame
at some
show.
point. Yeah, get a
Yeah.
pregame show.
There you go. So that's the Saints. Speaking of the Saints, the Siena Heights football team was chosen to finish 4th in the 2021 Mid-States Football Association Mid-East League preseason poll. Saints finished last season in the 4th spot at the conclusion of the 2019 season with a 3-3 mark in league play. NAIA national runner-up Marion, Indiana, topped the poll with 36 points. Siena Heights kicks off the 2020-21 campaign on Saturday, February 27th, with a home game against rival Concordia, Michigan. The game is slated for noon kickoff. So, good news for video game football fans. EA Sports announces it will bring back an NCAA football video game after an 8-year hiatus. ESPN's Michael Rothstein says there are a number of changes to the game.
What's unclear right now, and at least 4 now will not be in the game, are players on the teams because the name, image, and likeness rules that are currently being discussed both in Congress and in states and within the NCAA. The name is going to change too. Gone is NCAA football, in is EA Sports college football. There's still a lot of things that need to be worked out, and they're just in the very beginning stages of development and design for the game. So a lot of things can change, but one thing is very clear. EA Sports is bringing back its college football game, and at some point, it will be on your shelves and be able to play. It's not going to come out this year. Today's announcement was more that they are committed to bringing it back, and they're starting to work on development, working with CLC to get licenses for team names, mascots, stadiums, and everything you like about your college football experience.
Okay, in 2013, the NCAA ended its relationship with EA Sports amid legal concerns that college football players' name, image, and likeness were being used in the NCAA football series. And that takes us, Ian, to today's Maple City Auto Wash trivia question.
It does.
It does.
All right, so let's read about it. Maple City Auto Wash, they are bringing you the question for today. The winner will receive a... All right, I need to make this bigger. I'll just read the paper.
There you go.
It's not... The screen's too small to fit the whole thing on there.
Okay,
Jeez.
technical difficulties.
My
Keep
gosh.
going.
All right. We're going to try this read again.
From the top.
Today's trivia question is being brought to you by Maple City Auto Wash on Main Street next to Speedway gas station. First correct answer will receive a free car wash. The contest will be running every other week on WLEN and every week here on 96.5 The Cave until November 2021. All winners from both stations will be entered in for a chance to win a free 1-year membership for unlimited car washes. One winner per station per year, please. The number for The Cave is 265-4000. So when you've got the right answer, call in 265-4000. You'll win yourself a car wash.
And here is today's question. Which former Michigan Wolverine football player was the last person to be on the EA Sports college football, NCAA football video game? Former Michigan Wolverine was the last cover athlete for that video game. So if you know the answer, and we said it in the 7 o'clock update, 265-4000 is the number to call. I'll give you a hint. It was a quarterback.
For the University of
Michigan quarterback was the last athlete. 265-4000 if you know the answer. Want to win a free car wash and a chance to win unlimited car washes for a year.
That's, of course, in honor, in a way, of the announcement that there will be a college football video game returning to shelves within a year or so, as we just heard. But there you go. If you call in with the right answer, 265-4000, you will win. It's a guarantee, the one free car wash, and the chance to win those unlimited car washes for the 1-year membership. Unlimited. Easy enough. Former Michigan quarterback waiting for the phone line.
265-4000.
That's right. So, in the meantime, are we good with the update?
That's the update.
All right. It's time.
It is time.
Been talking about it
Got any music?
behind the scenes.
Suspense music?
I don't have any suspense music.
Okay. Got
Sorry.
any music that fits the mood? We
Um,
need some mood music here, Ian.
all right. All right. What is this?
It'll do.
It'll work. I didn't have a ton of time to prepare for this. I didn't know it would be a big production. But here we go.
Here we go.
Starting this weekend, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we are debuting Inside the Cave Weekend Edition.
Dun 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 dun.
So there you go. You didn't have enough of us during the week. We're adding a 6th day of live local programming inside the cave. It'll be Sunday mornings, 11 until 1. We will be on location
Yes.
this weekend. Where are we going to be at?
We're going to be at ZZ's Sports Bar and Grill. So we want to thank the people at ZZ's for sponsoring the first Sunday of the month. Every first Sunday of the month, we will be at ZZ's Sports Bar and Grill here in Adrian. So come on out and join us live for Inside the Cave from 11 to 1 this Sunday. It'll be Jeff Bowman and Pat Hayes will be the co-hosts. Yeah, but so the rest of us some of us might wander in there and
Might chime in.
be on the air.
But it will be cave dwellers will be at ZZ's.
Yes.
Look, if you don't know us and you haven't met us, great time.
Yeah.
Come out and say
put
hi.
a face to the voice.
Exactly.
There you
It'll
go.
be Jeff and Pat, like you said, out at ZZ's in Adrian. They're on College Avenue.
Yes.
Sunday morning,
Yeah. So
11 till 1. They don't open till noon,
Right.
correct?
I don't know. They might open at 11. I don't know.
Oh, I heard noon.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to check that. They probably have a website. Anyways, so I'm sure we'll be talking a little bit about the Super Bowl since it's this
I would
Sunday.
hope so. Yeah. Jeff,
And-
talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but we'll probably have some local stuff on there as well. Recapping Adrian College, Siena Heights from the weekend so far. And so if you get a chance, come on out and join us for the live broadcast from ZZ's this Sunday. Be every Sunday, not at ZZ's. We're looking at some other possibilities, but ZZ's the first Sunday of the month,
11 a.m.
11
till
a.m.
1 p.m.
to 1 p.m. And then after that, well, not quite right after that, but starting at 2 o'clock, we will be airing the CBS Sports Network coverage of the Super Bowl, all the pregame right up until kickoff, and then the game right here on 96.5 The Cave.
So a big day on Sunday. Be sure to tune in for that. That will continue every Sunday. We'll rotate personalities for who's going to be on the show.
Yes, I'm going
course.
to be on Valentine's Day.
Aw, how nice of you.
It's what I do.
Just a people pleaser. That's what you are. But, yep, I'll come in there a weekend, a month or two, depending how it goes.
I believe it's John Kane and I the second weekend.
It-
Somewhere.
It won't really be a set schedule,
No.
really,
No,
of who
but-
will be there
Right.
or wherever we are.
Right.
But the show is happening. It's been a lot of work behind the scenes to get this done, to get the sponsors lined up, to have it make sense for the station to do. And yeah, we appreciate everyone's support and all the listeners out there. If you want to Meet the Cave Dwellers, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And just the first of what we hope are many changes to the cave as we continue to grow and you continue to listen.
That's right. What were you laughing at?
Oh, someone sent me a funny.
But ZZ's?
No, actually.
Oh.
Do you want me to read it on the
Is it
air?
radio appropriate?
It is.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Someone asked if we'll be distributing communion on Sunday.
On Sunday?
Probably not.
No, probably not.
No, probably not.
Well, depending on what your communion is.
Well, true.
But yeah, it's
there
great.
will be food and beverage served, so
Yeah.
it is a restaurant after all.
I'll tell you what. To have the opportunity to talk on the weekends about sports, because Friday, Saturday are big sports days.
Yes,
And it's good for the Monday show to have all those sports, but sometimes you want that immediate
right,
reaction
right. And
from Friday, Saturday.
you know, we hope at some point that we're going to have Friday night high school sports to talk about here soon, and that certainly will be part of our Sunday show.
Yep, and looking forward to this coming fall. Guess who normally plays at 1 Sundays?
The Lions.
Yep.
And we carry that, so we'll do a little bit of Lions pregame talk next fall. So just an exciting time for us here at the station, and we hope that you also will join us every Sunday from 11 to 1,
Yes.
like you have every day from 7 to 9.
Yeah, you can
During the
sleep
week.
in a little bit on Sunday.
Yeah,
and-
sleep in, then
Hang out with
join
us.
us inside the cave.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Again, happy to have this happen.
Yes,
It was one of the first things when this show got established of, be cool to get something on the weekend.
yes.
And here we go.
It's taken us a little more than a year, but it's finally
a
coming
year, though.
together. What's that?
It was a year.
Yeah,
We had to get through a lot.
yeah. It's
Last
been
year.
a year, as everybody out there knows.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yes, an understatement. But yep, set your calendars
So
for
the Sunday edition of Inside the Cave.
right now. Whether the name is kind of up for debate, right?
Yeah, we might
Is it
have a
weekend
little
edition? Is
weekend
it
edition.
Sunday mornings and Sundays inside the cave,
I don't know.
or outside the cave?
Outside the cave.
Because we won't be
Because
in
we
the
won't
cave?
be inside the cave.
Oh,
Is in terms of the studio. Yeah,
Right.
there we go. Taking a show on the road.
literally.
Literally.
It'll be Pat Hayes, Jeff Bowman, live from ZZ's in Adrian, College Avenue. Head out and see them. They are at limited capacity, safety protocols in place, all that. But want you to head out there and
We'd
say
love
hi
to
to the
see you.
fellas. And if you can't be there, tune in.
Yes.
Tune in.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be some audience participation in the broadcast. You never know. We might ask you a question or two.
Who knows what Jeff and Pat have in
Those
store?
wild and crazy guys.
I know they don't normally do inside the cave, so let's throw
Not
them on
together.
Not
yeah.
together, right? So we'll just throw them on the first weekend show together and see how they go. But
I'm guessing maybe Jeff and maybe you and Pat tomorrow will talk about some of the ideas they have for this Sunday show. We'll put them on the spot.
right, put them on the spot.
So if they're
See who's
both
doing their
listening,
homework.
start thinking, guys. That's your homework for the next 2 days' shows.
Yeah, there's a quiz tomorrow.
That's right. And Friday, a retest,
Yes.
a makeup in case for the first day's quiz does not go well. So that's our big news.
Huge,
Huge,
huge news.
huge news.
11 to 1
We're growing.
Sunday.
Our little station is growing up.
Aw.
Aw.
All right, we need to take a break. We got interviews coming up next. Adrian College women's hockey coach Sean Skelly and Adrian College men's coach for hockey. That would be Adam Krug. Coach Krug up first. We need to take a break. Today's trivia was brought to you by Maple City Auto Wash, home of the best free vacuums and carpet bag cleaners. Be sure to check out their membership packages for big savings and great deals on gift cards for all occasions. Who doesn't love a clean car? Maple City Auto Wash gets your vehicle clean, dry, and shiny every time. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Inside the Cave. That's John Roberts. I'm Ian Wendt. Welcome inside the cave. 8:26 on a Wednesday morning. Glad to have you with us here on 96.5 FM, 965thecave.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are live on our YouTube channel today as well. That's over at Lennon White Broadcasting Company. You can find the link on our Facebook and our Twitter page. And as promised, hockey interviews till 9 o'clock today. We start things off with Coach Adam Krug of the Adrian College NCAA Division III men's hockey program. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Ian. How are you?
Good, good. So, a little bit of a different story this weekend, this past weekend, I should say, compared to the one prior. You rescheduled Milwaukee School of Engineering and got a 5-0 win. What'd you like more, the 5 or the 0?
Probably the 0, to be honest. We only gave up 19 shots on goal, but with a number statistic, I guess, that we were looking to handle or manage a little bit better. We've just gotten kind of a habit of playing a little bit loose and giving up too many scoring chances. And when you do that, you're kind of playing with fire, and we had to kind of right the ship there. So last week in practice, we had a great week. A lot of defensive minded drills, and a lot of stuff that we talked about. Defending being a mentality and things like that. And I thought our guys played with that mentality, and it turned into some good offense for us as well. And that's one thing that we harp on all the time, is that good offense comes from good defense.
Some familiar faces scoring for you guys. You got Rex Moe getting the first one. You got Kuykendall scoring, Ballant and May. Chase Spencer thrown in the mix there. What's it like as a coach to see the guys that you expect to produce points actually go out there and do it?
Well, I mean, we've come accustomed to it, but you need your guys that you expect to score. You need them to produce, because if they're not, then you're relying on the Chase Spencers of the world to get on the score sheet, and that was Chase's first goal of the year and his first collegiate goal. So, we're really happy for a guy like Chase, and that's great. But I'll tell you what, it was good to get those guys all on the score sheet again, all together. Even Connor May. Connor hadn't had a goal in, I think, 5 or 6 games, so that was, I thought, really important that he got on the score sheet.
Coach John Roberts here with you this morning. One of the things we talked about last week was the importance of special teams. And, reading about the game, obviously your penalty kill and your power play had pretty good days against MSOE.
Yeah, good morning, John.
Good morning.
You know what? It was another focus. I challenged the group on Sunday morning at our pregame meal and just said, listen, we've got to be better all the way around, and our special teams have to be better. PK's giving up too much. We're taking way too many penalties. So that number needs to go down. And power play, you guys need to show up. And if we're not showing up, we'll start, putting different bodies on there to try to get some combinations that can produce. So, credit to all guys all the way around, all 20 guys or so. We stayed out of the penalty box. I think we had 1 penalty in the first 2 periods of the game, and I think we had 4 power plays in the first 2 periods. And then, they're trying to play catch up, and you know how it goes. Sometimes it's human nature for the officials to kind of rep the scoreboard. So a couple weak calls I thought in the 3rd period that ultimately put us a man down a couple of times. But for our power play to go 2 for 6 or 2 for 7, and then our penalty kill to go 5 for 5. It's just what the doctor ordered probably for us as we start conference play next week, or this week, sorry, and because we need special teams to be there for us all the way around.
So a 3-1 loss to the Raiders on the 23rd. You come back and beat them 5-0. A week later, was there? I don't want you to give away your secrets, but was there something you did differently as a coach, or just pointing out the things that you have pointed out and say, look, if we do these, like I said, we'll win? Or was there something you changed from the week before?
Yeah, I think if what's not working for them doesn't work, then maybe do what your coach tells you. I think that's
Okay.
what you're getting at.
Yeah. It was. Was it one of those
Funny
situations?
how that works.
Yeah, like guy, look, I told you, you can't play like this.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, we were in a lull, let's be honest. I mean, since we got back from Christmas break, we were not good. I think the game that we lost to Milwaukee was kind of the back end of that that adversity that we were facing. Things weren't going well for us. We didn't feel good about ourselves, about our game. Coming to the rink was hard at times. Putting in the work was difficult. To say, well, what am I going to get out of this? I'll keep working hard, but we wanted to see some results, and we had to find another level of compete, though, too. I think even, the game against Milwaukee the first time around, we played fine, but we're not in the business of playing fine, and we had to figure out a way to kind of get over the hump. So I thought the guys played their butts off to another level this past Sunday. So, credit for them. I don't think there's a team around that can play with us when we're clicking at 100%. So, it's one of those nights that things went well for us, and I don't know what Milwaukee could have done to combat that, but now we know what the standard is within our group. I mean, they know how hard they need to play, and they know how hard they need to practice, and that has to be the standard going forward.
Adrian College men's hockey coach for the NCAA team, Adam Krug, joining us on the phone this morning inside the cave. I don't think it's an understatement, Coach, to say that your pre-conference schedule, your non-conference games, were the toughest in terms of schedule that the Bulldogs have played. I mean, you got the U.S. National Development Team on there 4 times. You played Division I talent 4 games. How are your guys physically, mentally to get into now? Okay, there's an asterisk by these. These are conference games. They all matter, but these matter a little bit more.
Yeah, our president, our school president Docking, he's pretty close to the hockey program. He had said to me a couple of times over the last few weeks that we have to have the hardest Division III schedule of all time, and I think I agree. To have those 8 games was difficult. When we put them together, the hope was that they'd be difficult. I was hopeful that maybe we'd have a little bit more success against those teams. Maybe be like a bit closer to 4-4 instead of 1-7. But you know what? Get your butt kicked is good for you sometimes. It kind of keeps you in check and make sure that you don't think you're better than you actually are. So it was good. It was also bad at times. I think it really, took us to a point where we had to really do some looking in the mirror, and we were in a pretty dark place a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago even. Just things weren't going well. So, I mean, I think our guys having conference play to look forward to. Now they really feel like they have something to play for. Whereas before it was kind of like, well, we're playing all these games, it's great. But what are we playing for? What am I going to get at the end of this? Do we get a trophy? Do we not? So I think there's a little bit of that that just crept into things, and now I think we're just ready to go. We feel prepared. We feel like we've taken the right steps, and hopefully, we can just keep going on what we built over the last 3-4 months.
And Coach, obviously, going back to last weekend's game, Cam Gray outstanding in net, picking up the shutout. But something maybe that's not in the box score is the play of those guys at the blue line. Anybody stand out in particular, and anybody that you're really looking forward to continuing that effort heading into conference play?
Yeah, I brought these guys up before, but Josh Owings and Matt Eller, they're our top D pair. They're not going to be on the score sheet very often. I think between the two of them, they have 3 assists combined on the year, 0 goals. But they're just such a big, strong, physical force on the back end. Just looking at them, I think can intimidate the opponent. Josh is every bit of 6'5". Matt is probably only 6'2" or so compared to Josh. So those guys just look the part when you see them. So when they're feeling good, they're playing hard up on the blue line. In the neutral zone, they're clogging things up. They're denying zone entries for the opposition, and they're hard to play against down in the corners when the other team finally does get the puck in their zone. I mean, those guys are kind of unsung heroes in a way for us. They allow some of our guys to go out there and play with some confidence. But, when those guys are on the ice, the other team knows it because, they're going to get hit.
Well, they're big guys too, so they're easy to see.
Yeah, well, that's why we start them a lot of times.
Send that message right away, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Adrian College NCAA D3 men's hockey coach Adam Krug joining us inside the cave for another couple minutes. So a familiar foe on the schedule coming up this Friday and Saturday. You're on the road going to Milwaukee to take on the Raiders of MSOE. So same team, 4 out of 5 games with the development program thrown in there too. What are you looking for out of your opponent?
Well, I'm going to look for them to have some pushback here after what went on Sunday. They had a tough weekend going to Shrine. They actually started their portion of the conference schedule off on Saturday at Shrine and dropped a tough one, 3-2 in overtime. They had a 2-0 lead after one period in that one. So they had 5 tough periods over the weekend, 6 if you include the overtime. So I don't think they're happy with their game. Even though, I'd probably argue there wasn't a whole lot they were going to be able to do on Sunday to disrupt that result. But, they're a good team. They've got skill. They're not the MSOE team that we've seen over the last 4 or 5 years. So I think we're going to get a good pushback from them, a good effort. They're going to need their guys that can produce to do a little bit more and try to get to the middle of the zone. In our defensive zone, they got to get to Cam Gray. They got to figure out a way to do that. But we're going to have to answer the bell there. So that's what I see. But we just need to stay the course for us, and we need to minimize their pushback.
Well, Coach, you're definitely going to have to adopt the road warrior mentality. It's quite a trip, and going to be a good one to start off the conference season for sure.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Hopefully for the right reasons. But that arena there in downtown Milwaukee, it's a tough place to play. I call it the bomb shelter. It's an engineering school, and I mean it's pretty impressive. You walk in and it's about 3 stories below ground, the rink. So it's hard to get cell phone reception in there. And you go in and it's just concrete walls and concrete pillars and things like that, and you're just like, holy cow, like where am I? Definitely a safe place if you need to hide out, but it's a tough place to play. The games can happen pretty quickly in there, and we got to be ready to go into an opposition's building and take care of business.
So just an observation. I know we've talked about it before, and the diehard fans know there's a conference sort of realignment for this season for you guys, and St. Norbert opted out. They're not playing this season, the men or the women. Any opponent besides them that you're either gonna miss the road trip or a team you'd like to play just for the experience?
Well, we got Marion on our schedule in a non-conference week after this, so we get maybe the other top team from that division coming in, but we'll for sure miss our series with St. Norbert, and we've aligned in the Harris Cup Championship game 6 years in a row, so this will be the first year that St. Norbert's not in it, and we're gonna have to do our part to make sure we get back there. But yeah, it's disappointing that St. Norbert's not in. I think some of our diehard fans that don't like St. Norbert, some of our players are probably, oh, good. Screw them. But, for me, you always want to play the best. And I think a lot of our guys want to play the best. And us and St. Norbert have been there 1-2 all the way through here since the NCHA has started. So, that's disappointing. But we've got a loaded division. I mean, the South division that we're playing in is going to be a gauntlet. Even though it's just 8 games, you got MSOE. We know they're capable. We've got Lake Forest, who was in first place late last season, so we made a good push and overtook them for first place. And then Aurora University is an up-and-coming program that last year definitely made some waves. And then in Shrine, they can kind of sneak up on you too, just the way they play big, hard, heavy games, kind of get in the way. So we've got 10 pretty tough games coming up and we're going to have to do our best here just to scratch out as many points as we can, as many wins, and make sure that we grab one of the 2 seeds that are up for grabs in the South going into the playoffs.
Adrian College NCAA D3 men's hockey coach Adam Krug joining us inside the cave today for the weekly updated segment. I think we're really looking forward to having you and Coach Skelly back in the cave physically, and we hope that happens sooner than later. But in the meantime, you're off to Milwaukee. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks a bunch, John. Thanks, Ian. I want to be back to normal here, so I'd love to come see you in the cave.
All right.
Sounds good, Coach. Good luck.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
And there you go, Adrian College men's hockey coach for the D3 program, Adam Krug. We got the ladies' side coming up next. Coach Sean Skelly talking about his program. They had a good weekend going up, to Aurora to take down the Spartans in a couple. We'll meet up with Coach here in just a couple minutes. Inside the Cave, that's John Roberts. I'm Ian Wendt. Keep it right here.
Where Lenawee County tunes for sports. 96.5, The Cave.
Quarter till 9 inside the Cave. I'm Ian Wendt with John Roberts in studio with you. On the line, Adrian College NCAA D3 women's hockey coach Sean Skelly, coming off a couple of wins. Good morning, Coach. How you feeling?
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, can't complain. Got up early this morning. Just another beautiful COVID test, and back at it in the office here, trying to get better.
Yeah, speaking of that, some good news from campus that we got yesterday about the lack of COVID. So good news, and give you some credit as you are facilitating things for your team. Last weekend, it was a good one. You went to Aurora. The offense showed up, and you got 11 goals, gave up 1. I asked Adam kind of the same question of what's more impressive to you, the 11 or the 1 given up all weekend?
You know what? I think the 1 probably. Got back to commitment to team defense. Actually, I'm sitting here with a bunch of different stats in front of me. I'm putting into some Google sheets just kind of on our trends from how many shots we're blocking and how many shots we're giving up. And I thought this weekend we really did a good job of clogging up the middle of the ice whenever they did have the puck in the offensive zone, and we blocked a ton of shots, which we haven't done in a while. Our D got boards out of the net front, so that way Denise could see the puck, and obviously she played well when she needed to be. We killed off 2 5-on-3. Well, actually they scored their only goal on a 5-on-3 power play. Killed off another one on the Friday night. So couple weak calls, I thought, but at the same time, you got to stay out of the box and not give teams, 2 5-on-3 opportunities. But at the same time, we did, other than giving up that 1 blemish, we were awesome on the defensive side of the puck.
So, the defense ends with Denisa, now a record holder at AC with 16 career shutouts. She got that on Saturday. It must just be a pleasure as a coach to have that backstop between the pipes.
Yeah, I think, even for our players, there's a little bit more of that comfort factor when she's in the net. Can play a little bit looser. Don't want to get too far away from our structure, just because we got a really good goalie in net. But, I feel like our players can sometimes play on offense a little more than, maybe if somebody else is in the net. But, yeah, she's been a rock back there. Again, she just continues to be, one of the best goalies in the country, and fantastic for her to break the record already as junior with, plenty more games left in her career to, potentially, keep that record going.
Hey, Coach John Roberts, good morning. Looking at the box scores from last weekend, 0 goals in the first period, the first night, 2 the second night. What do you attribute that difference to, and what do you need to continue to focus on going forward to get off to hot starts?
You know what? We were all over them in the first period on the Friday night, and it was 0-0. We did have 18 shots on net, but we missed the net and had shots blocked well over 15 times. So, I just said we got to start hitting the net, and then in the next period we had 1 shot blocked and 1 shot missed the net. So, we started to figure out, we needed to get pucks through, we needed traffic, and started to find the back of the net. Now, the next night, it was similar. We actually scored 2 goals, but we actually had more shots blocked. So it was kind of reverse psychology there. But, I just think our girls played really hard, and they just couldn't find the back of the net the first night. But, they really stuck to it and didn't get, discouraged coming out of a period that you dominated and was 0-0, to keep at it and then start pouring them on was great for them to, for us in general.
Coach, was there anything that you can point to that that you changed in your either your message or your attitude or the strategy from the weekend before when you played the ACHA team and last week with Aurora? Was there something different you did?
Yeah, I don't know if it was exactly like the stuff that we did or myself. I think we just kind of sat back and looked at some of the video, and reassessed like what we really need to accomplish that week. We had a couple really tough days of skating, and we did some running and things that I don't like to do, but I think it was warranted after the weekend before. And then we went outdoors and played in front of the boathouse on last Tuesday, and I think that just like changed the whole mood, because we went from the somber, tough loss Saturday against our ACHA team, and then had to turn the page sooner than later. But you got to remember what you did wrong to get better. And I think we did that really well. Started to focus on let's just getting our pace back up, start getting pucks to the net, playing up and down the ice like we normally do, that we didn't do the weekend before, and we started to see success. So hopefully we can continue that moving on here.
Jessica Von Ruden, we mentioned it in our update that she was the conference offensive player of the week. It must be nice to see her get back in the score sheet, one of those veteran players that you can count on as a coach.
Yeah, it's awesome that she's starting to find the back of the net. She plays a ton for us in every situation. So she's probably logging almost 30 minutes a night. So it's a heavy load for anybody in college hockey. It's a stressful time. She's on power play, penalty, first ones off the bench for penalty kills. A lot to remember as far as systems go and whatnot. And she started to play a little looser this weekend. Didn't grip the stick as much. I thought she was a little gun shy before, getting a little stake bit on. She usually gets 4 or 5 plus shots a night, but she was starting to get into the interior of the ice and not shooting from the outside, and it was great to see her get on the score sheet multiple times and get some recognition. I think that'll only help her confidence level as the season moves on here.
Coach, when I was coaching football, one of the things that I really was strong in was special teams as a deciding factor in the game, and looking again into the box score. Had a pretty good weekend on the power play and the penalty kill.
Yeah, I think that was another thing of emphasis during the week is, let's be better on special teams. Let's attack them on the PK, not allow them to set up as easily as, we allowed in past games. Unfortunately, we gave up that one goal on the 5-on-3, but it was on like a third rebound. Nothing Denisa could do. We just needed to grab a stick. But other than that, we were great. Our other 5-on-3 our PK was fantastic. A couple block shots. And then our power play started to move the puck around. We got some success. I still think this week we gotta really get better at it as we change around a couple units. They're starting to get a little more cohesiveness together. So excited at the opportunity to continue to get better here.
All right, Coach Sean Skelly with the Adrian College NCAA D3 Women's Hockey Program joining us inside the cave. Coach, good luck this weekend. You have Trine at home on Saturday. Crowd capacity similar? Are you capping it at 100?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
It's still at 100. I haven't heard otherwise. I know obviously in town we're able to sneak into a couple restaurants now, which is fantastic. I've actually done it twice already. And WOW will not be open. They say the capacity levels just isn't conducive to what they need. I think hopefully we can get to the next level, and we could have some fans up there in the restaurant. But until then, it's still 100 fans We hope we can cap that off Saturday and then have a great game.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Taking on the Thunder.
Thanks. Let's beat the Thunder, right?
All
There
right,
you go.
sounds good. Thanks, Coach.
Yep. See you
All right,
guys.
yep, bye-bye. All right, there you go. Adrian College Women's NCAA Ice Hockey Coach Sean Skelly joining us inside the cave. Oh, I was going to let you say something.
Oh.
No, we're good?
No,
All
I'm
right, I'll
good.
wrap the
I'm
show.
good.
That's fine. All right, here we go. CBS programming. Coming up next inside the cave, that's John Roberts. I'm Ian Watts. We'll see you next time.
Well, they did it. Martha and Sam switched their home and auto insurance to